Welcome, children. Today we start with Bassanio's dialogue. Now we have already seen how things have taken place, how Portia tried to convince Shylock to show mercy on Antonio, and what is the result of all that. Let us see how Shylock is going to answer all this. Shylock, my deeds upon my head. I crave the law, the penalty, and forfeit of my bond. He says, my deeds upon my head. I will take the responsibility for what I am doing. Let me suffer if anything happens. If I am going to get, somebody is going to show me pity or not, all those things let me see, let me face. I take the whole responsibility of whatever is going to happen. I crave the law, the penalty, and forfeit of my bond. I ask the law. I ask the law to allow me to take the penalty, and because Antonio has failed to pay the money in time, according to the agreement. Portia, is he not able to discharge the money? Portia asks again, is he not able to repay the money? Here he refers to Antonio. Is Antonio not able to repay the money? Bassanio.
Yeah, I know.
Here, I tender it for him in the court. Yeah, twice the sum. If that will not suffice, I will bound to pay.
Hey, RI class ke page number
Be
173.
silent, children. I'll be bound to pay it 10 times over on forfeit of my hands, my head, my heart. He says, yes, yes. As soon as Portia asks, here she is not Portia, she is the lawyer. She asks because she is in disguise. Even Bassanio is not able to recognize her. So Portia says that she asks Shylock that Antonio is not able to pay the money to you, isn't it? Bassanio says, yes, yes, no. We are ready to pay for him in the court. And we are ready to pay twice the amount. If that is not sufficient, I will be bound to pay it 10 times. If that is not sufficient, I am ready to pay 10 times the amount on forfeit of my hands, my head, my heart. And also he says, I shall also give as a penalty my heart, my hands, my head. If that also is not sufficient, if this will not suffice, if that also is not sufficient, it must appear that malice bears down truth. That he has some evil thing in his mind, evil ideas in his mind, evil thoughts in his mind that overcomes the truth, the honesty. And I beseech you, I request you. Who says this? Bassanio. I request you, rest once the law to your authority. To do a great right, do a little wrong, and curb this cruel devil of his will. Bassanio says that twist the law a little. Whom does he say that? He says these words to Portia, the lawyer. He doesn't know that that person is Portia. So he says that twist the law on this one occasion. For what? Why should she twist the law? To do a great right, to do a little wrong. To do a great act of justice, she must do a little change in the law and curb this cruel devil of his will, and restrict, curb, restrict the cruel devil. Who is the cruel devil here? Shylock is the cruel devil from demanding his desire of taking pound of flesh, demanding the fulfillment of his desire. She should commit a small, slight irregularity in the law. For example, to make this point more clear, if you find that you are supposed to come to school by 9 o'clock and you're stopped because you did not come in time. You come after the bell, you're stopped near the gate for some time. At the same time, maybe somebody who is very close to me, whom I like, a particular child, maybe if that child is also standing, what I do is when I go and I say, okay, you can come inside, let those other fellows stay outside. What do I do? The rule is the same for everybody. But there, I make a small twist there so that I can accommodate that particular child whom I like, to let the child enter, and the other children are supposed to stay outside. What do I do there? I twist the rule in such a way according to my convenience. That is not correct. The same thing, Bassanio is asking Portia, who is dressed in the form of a lawyer, to do such a thing. Twist the law in such a way so that Antonio can be saved from the cruel clutches of Shylock. Portia, it must not be. There is no power in Venice can alter a decree established. No, it is not possible, she says. Because there is no power in Venice that can change the established rules and laws, that can alter, that can change. It will be recorded for a precedent. It would be recorded in the form of an example, as an example. And many an error by the same example will rush into the state. In this way, many errors might come into the affairs of the state. Many mistakes will take place while governing the state. It cannot be. She says, no, it is not possible. If we do a small twist, then everybody will do the same thing according to their need for their necessity. If everybody who has the power does the same thing, what will happen? What about the rules? What will happen to the rules? The rules will be of no use. Shylock, a Daniel, come to judgment. Yeah, a Daniel. A wise young judge, how I do honor thee. Daniel. Daniel is a person, is a Jewish character, a great Jewish character from the Old Testament in the Bible, who was known for his wisdom and judgment. So Shylock addresses him as Daniel. Who is the Daniel here? Portia is referred to as Daniel because when Bassanio asks to make a change in the rules, she refuses. So Shylock feels that she is in his favor. Yeah, a Daniel. Oh, wise young judge. Yes, she's a Daniel, true person. How I do honor thee. I really respect her a lot. Portia, I pray you, let me look upon the bond. She says, I request you, please let me see what the bond is. Shylock, here it is, most reverend doctor, here it is. He hands over the papers to her. Says, see, most reverend doctor, it is here, please see that. Portia, Shylock, there is thrice thy money offered thee. She reads those papers and she says, Shylock, I think they are ready to offer to you thrice the amount. Shylock, an oath, an oath. I have an oath in heaven. Shall I lay perjury upon my soul? No, not for Venice. He says, oath is an oath. I have taken oath before God. In the presence of God, I cannot break the oath. I don't want to uh, do a sin by breaking the oath upon my soul, which I have taken on my soul. Do you want me to do that? Should I break the oath? No. I am not ready to do it for the sake of Venice. At least he's not ready to change at all. And he says, this change, I will not do it for the sake of Venice. Why should I do that? Portia, why? This bond is for weight, and lawfully, by this the Jew can claim a pound of flesh. She says, well, that's correct. The penalty mentioned in the bond, which according to the law, the Jew can claim. What is it? A pound of flesh. To be by him cut off nearest the merchant's heart. We have seen earlier in the previous part of the drama, when this bond, this agreement was made, it was told that Shylock has the right to take a pound of flesh from any part of his Antonio's body. Now, he has decided to take the flesh near to the merchant's heart. A pound of flesh to be by him cut off nearest the merchant's heart. Here, by him refers to Shylock. Shylock can cut a pound of flesh nearest to the merchant's heart. Who is the merchant here? Antonio is a merchant. Be merciful, take thrice thy money, bid me tear the bond. She says, be merciful, have mercy on him. Take thrice the amount, 3 times the amount, and let me tear the bond. I'll tear these papers. Shylock, when it is paid according to the tenor. So all these lines of, all these dialogues are important, children. In page 172, the dialogue of Bassanio, then Portia. All these, please write it down, learn there. Again, same thing in page 174 also, the Portia's dialogue. And then the Shylock's dialogue, which we are going to do now. When it is paid according to the tenor, if the money is paid according to the actual working and meaning of the terms of the bond, what happened is, it is written in the document that Antonio has to pay 3,000 ducats in 3 months' time. And the 3 months' time is, I think, just over. So now Shylock puts that question here. He has that logic there. He says, yes, if it is paid according to the actual working and meaning of the terms of the bond, that means within 3 months. Now the time is over. It doth appear you are a worthy judge. It appears that you are a worthy judge. Who is a worthy judge here? Portia, in disguise, is a worthy judge. You know the law. Now Shylock questions Portia. I think you know the law very well, isn't it? Your exposition has been most sound. Your exposition, your understanding of the case has been very well. You have very nicely you have understood it. I charge you by the law, whereof you are a well-deserving pillar. I request you on the name of the law that whereof you are a well-deserving pillar. You are a well-deserving pillar. You're a worthy member of this jury, a proper support. Proceed to judgment. Don't waste the time and proceed to the judgment. By my soul, I swear, there is no power in the tongue of man to alter me. He says, proceed to the judgment. He is very sure, seeing the proceedings there, that Portia will surely give him justice. So he says, proceed to judgment. Pass the judgment quickly. By my soul, I swear, I swear. By God, I swear, I say. Isn't it? As you people also swear for all small things. I swear, by God, I did not do this. I have done this. Like that. He says, by my soul, I swear, there is no power in the tongue of man to alter me. There is no power in the tongue of any man. No person has such a talking power to change my opinion. I stay here on my bond. I just insist to have the bond and nothing else. Antonio, most heartily I do beseech the court to give the judgment. Antonio, poor fellow, he is so tired of listening to all the conversation going on. He also has personally tried a lot. So he feels there's no use. So he says, most heartily, wholeheartedly, I request the court, please give the judgment. Portia, why then? Thus it is, you must prepare for his knife. Okay, in that case, let it be as you wish. You must prepare your chest for his knife. Who must prepare? Antonio must get ready to be cut by Shylock. Shylock is very happy. He says, "Oh, noble judge, oh, excellent young man." He exclaims with joy. He's so happy. He gives all these, he addresses Portia with all these phrases, adjectives. Noble judge, excellent young man, Portia. But the intent and purpose of the law have full relation to the penalty. He says that the meaning and the scope here of the law fully gives the right, applies to the person that Shylock can take the penalty according to the agreement made, which here appeared due upon the bond. According to the bond, according to the agreement, Shylock has all the right to take the penalty. Shylock, it's very true. Oh, wise and upright judge, how much more elder art thou than thy looks? This, oh, true judge, upright judge, how much elder you look. He has all words of praises for Portia. He is very confident that he will get judgment now, and that too in his favor. So he says that you really look much experienced than you are, or you look. In appearance, you seem to be very young, but your words seem to be very experienced. Therefore, Portia, therefore lay bare your bosom. And now she's asking Antonio to get ready and remove his upper garment so that Shylock gets the chance to take the pound of flesh. Shylock, his breast. So says the bond. He says, yes, yes, it is on the chest. Shylock says he has to get ready, open his shirt, and get ready near the chest. That is what is written in the bond. Doth it not, noble judge? Noble judge, I think it is written very clearly near the chest. See, see, nearest his heart. Those are the very words. The words given there are near the heart. See, noble judge, are those words not written? If we see one thing, if you try to analyze things here, we find here Shylock says that the words nearest to the heart is given in the document. But in the beginning of the drama, we were not told like that. We were told that any part of Antonio's body. There is a slight difference there. From there to here, there is a change. Why is this change? Is not known. Maybe Shakespeare must have forgotten what he has written in the beginning and now. Only he's trying to correlate. So we have to accept as it's given in the drama. Portia, it is so. Are there balance here to weigh the flesh? Yeah, it's written the same way. Is balance is ready for weighing the flesh. Now, when you go to buy the vegetables, you have a balance there, no? They weigh the vegetables and give you. You need 250 grams or 500 grams or 1 kg or so. So in the same way, she asked that the balance is ready here so that we can weigh the flesh. Shylock, I have them ready. He's very, very anxious, just waiting for a chance to kill Antonio, in fact. So he says, yes, I'm ready. Portia, have by some surgeon Shylock on your charge to stop his wounds, lest he do bleed to death. Arrange for a surgeon. Who is a surgeon? A doctor. Shylock on your charge at your own expense. Whose expense? Shylock's expense. He must arrange one doctor also. That is the suggestion given by Portia to stop his wounds. Because when you take a pound of flesh from that near the chest, he will bleed to death. So to avoid death, he must get ready with a surgeon also, arrange for a surgeon who does surgeries. And he will give the necessary treatment there. Shylock, is it so nominated in the bond? Is it written like that? Asks Shylock. Is it so specified in the bond that I should also arrange for a surgeon? Portia. It is not so expressed, but what of that? It were good you do so much for charity. She says, no. It's not given in the bond like that. But what is wrong in doing that? It will be good. You will be considered a good person, a good human being. So much kindness if you show, people will talk good about you, isn't it? Shylock, I cannot find it. It is not in the bond. He says, no. I cannot do such things because it is not according to the terms and conditions of the bond. Portia, come merchant, have you anything to say? Now she calls, Portia calls merchant. Who is the merchant? Antonio. Come, Antonio. Do you have anything to say about it? Antonio, but little. Imagine the situation, the court scene. Duke is there, many noblemen are there, Portia is there, Bassanio is there, Shylock is there, Antonio, all these people, and the case is going on. All of a sudden, Antonio is asked, do you have anything to say? What will anybody say in that place? They will not have anything to say. They must be dying out of fear and they must be trembling, shivering in the heart. But little, yeah, very little I have to say. I am armed and well prepared. I am armed. I am equipped spiritually with spiritual strength. I am equipped with spiritual strength. I am ready. Mentally and physically, I am ready, he says. Give me your hand, Bassanio. Fare you well. Last time he wants to shake hands with Bassanio and he wants to bid him farewell. Grieve not that I am fallen to this for you. Don't feel sad that I have to face such a situation because of you. Don't think like that. That because of you, I am facing such a situation. For herein fortune shows herself more kind than is her custom. Here I find in this situation, fortune is much kinder to me. How she is kinder? In what way she is kind? Fortune, luck is much kinder than is her custom, than she usually does. It is still her use to let the wretched man outlive his wealth, to view with hollow eye and wrinkled brow an age of poverty. What happens is, this dialogue of Antonio also you have to learn. What happens is, when a person who is very wealthy, he loses all his wealth to live after losing all the wealth is a very wretched life, miserable life for any individual. Imagine, as on today, whatever is your life, everything is taken away by some due to some reason, and now you are nothing but a beggar. You don't have any money with you. How would you feel? Would you be ready to beg outside on the streets? Will it be easy for you to beg? Isn't it? It will be very difficult for an individual to beg in such situation. So generally what happens is, the people, even though they lose their wealth, many times they live after losing the wealth also. They lead a very miserable life. To view with hollow eye and wrinkled brow an age of poverty. So that his hollow eyes and wrinkled face show his poverty stricken condition. How he is leading the life in poverty. When you don't have enough food, you can see that near your eyes, a hollow is created, dark circles are created, your eyes seem to go inside, sunk inside, and your face has many wrinkles because lack of food. Malnutrition also can be the reason. From which lingering penance of such misery doth she cut me off. And here I am spared from such a suffering. I am spared. Who is spared? Antonio is spared. If you take up these lines together, what we come to know is he has already lost all his money. That is the news we have got, isn't it? So, in such a case, he has lost all the money. Now, till now, he was going to the stock exchange very with an air of confidence. All people respected him. He had money. Now, leading a life without money, without a penny, just like a beggar, how difficult it would be for him. So he says, I'm lucky. I don't have to live. I'm going to die. When I die, I need not face all the situation what one faces after losing the money in the society. That I need not face. I'm lucky in that way. Coming to your honorable wife. Convey my regards to your honorable wife. Whose honorable wife? Bassanio's honorable wife. Tell her the process of Antonio's death. Tell her in what manner, in what way Antonio, uh, Antonio's death came to how he met his death, and say how I loved you, and also tell how much I truly loved you. Speak me fair in death, and speak everything good about me after my death. So he means to say, he is bidding farewell to everybody. He is bidding farewell to Bassanio, to his wife, whom he has not yet seen. He doesn't know who she is and how she looks. So he says, convey my respects to your honorable wife. Tell her how true, loving friend I was. Speak good about me. And when the tale is told, bid her be judged whether Bassanio had not once allowed. And when you tell the whole story, how it happened, everything, then you tell her to be the judge. Who? Portia. When Bassanio tells the whole story to Portia, he should tell her that she should be the judge and say whether Bassanio had a very nice friend or not. Repent not you that you shall lose your friend. You must not regret that you must not regret thinking that you have lost a loving friend. Just a friend is lost, you must think. And he repents not that he pays your debt. Because I don't have any regrets. I'm not feeling bad that I had to pay your money. For if the Jew do cut but deep enough, I'll pay it instantly with all my heart. And if the Jew cuts a little deep, because already Shylock has said that he will cut, what do you call, a little deeper near the heart. So if he cuts little more, then what will happen? Uh, I will pay everything instantly, wholeheartedly, with the heart. It will look like as though I have paid with the heart. Who says this? These are the words of Antonio. Please learn them. Bassanio. Antonio, I'm married to a wife which is as dear to me as life itself. Bassanio says, Antonio, I'm married to a wife who is very dear to me, as dear as life. But life itself, my wife and all the world are not with me esteemed above thy life. But he says, my life itself, I love, she is equal to my life, my wife. But my wife, and the whole world are not at all of greater value than your life. Who is this your life? Who is this your? Antonio. I would lose all, sacrifice them all here to this devil to deliver you. I am ready to lose everything, my life, my wife, everybody, and sacrifice all of them here to this devil. Who is this devil? Shylock. To deliver you, to save you. Says Bassanio. Portia, your wife would give you little thanks for that if she were by to hear you make the offer. She immediately makes a remark. She says, your wife will not thank you for the offer which you have made, because no wife would agree that her husband is ready to sacrifice her for the sake of a friend. If she was nearby, she would never excuse you at all to listen to such words. Gratiano says, now Gratiano also is feeling very bad. Now he says, your wife, I have a wife whom I protest I love. I too have a wife, and I swear I love her. I would she were in heaven, so she could entreat some power to change this courage Jew. I wish that she was in heaven. For what? So that she could persuade some heavenly power to change this cruel Jew. Imagine the words. He wishes that she should have died. His wife should have died. Then she would go to heaven. And when she is in heaven, she can persuade, request power, heavenly power, to change the mind of Jew. Nerissa, it's well you offer it behind her back. It's very nice that it's good that you have made this offer when your wife is not here. The wish would make else an unquiet house, because, or otherwise, your wish would have made your house very unquiet. No peace of mind. Why? Wife would get very angry that you want me to die for your friend's sake. She would get angry and she would fight. So when the fighting is going on, the house cannot be quiet, isn't it? Shylock, these be the Christian husbands. He turns aside and says, see, these are the Christian husbands, how they behave, you see. I have a daughter. Would any of the stock of Barabbas had been her husband rather than a Christian? He says, I wish that she should not have been, these people should not be my daughter's husband. These kind of people. These kind of people means Christians should not be my daughter's husband, because Barabbas was actually a notorious criminal, and here he prefers that the criminal should be the husband of his daughter, than Christians, because uh, Jesus Christ, or here he finds that a situation where these people, especially Pilate was actually, here a small story is attached. Pilate was a king of Jews, and he asked the Jewish mob whom he should set free, Jesus Christ or Barabbas. The mob said Barabbas be set free and Christ should be crucified. So he wishes that his daughter should have married a criminal than marrying any Christian. We trifle time. I pray thee pursue sentence. We are just wasting time. Go on with the justice. Give the judgment. That's what he asks. Who asks? Shylock. So you have to learn this dialogue of Shylock also. So in this way, we find that he shows his feeling. Who shows his feeling? Shylock also. That how he feels about the situation. He's not happy at all with the Christians. He shows his hatred towards the Christians. It also shows how the Jews and Christians hated each other in those days. I end the class for today here.